So there is this perception that when you are getting ready to marry or settle down, the best place to find God-fearing people is in the church. And as true as this may seem, if you are not careful in handling this information, you might be disappointed. You see, the fact that you met someone in the church doesn't mean the person is not capable of causing you harm or breaking your heart. In fact, let me submit to you that some of the most terrible breakups have actually happened in the church. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with us 3 ways by which we can tell if someone is a best fit, someone is committed to the things of God, and so therefore we can consider for a relationship. 3 parameters by which we can tell if someone is a serious Christian, and we can possibly consider for the purpose of a relationship. My name is Jerry Nikwe. You can call me Nikwe J, and this is the Church Boy channel. Kindly subscribe if you have not done so. Like the video, share it, and press the notification bell so that when I create any content, you will be in the know. Let's go into the topic for today. So the first thing I would like you to look out for is accountability or authority. Look out for whether the person is accountable to someone or has authority in their lives, whether male or female. Okay, you see, one of the things I always say is that every serious Christian has a shepherd that checks your Christian journey, helps you direct your path as far as your Christian journey is concerned, so that you don't go wayward. Okay, now when you have such a person in your life, you are accountable and you are very responsible, okay, as a Christian. So if you find any person in the church who you feel you want to go out with, you want to consider this, look out for such a personality in the person's life. Find out, dig out to see if the person has an authority or is accountable to anyone. Because if the person is not accountable to anyone, the person may not necessarily be responsible. Okay, so you want to look out for this. So when you come into the person's space, start checking for these things. Check for authority, check for accountability. It's the first sign that the person is a serious Christian and wants to grow, because the person acknowledges the presence and the instrumentality of shepherds in their life. It will be very dangerous to go out with someone who is not accountable to any person, because if such a person hurts you, there will be no one to report to. If such a person is going wayward, there will be no one to report to, and the damage the person is going to cause to you is going to be very, very, very grave. All right. Then another thing I want you to consider is inclusion. And by inclusion, what I mean is, which people know the person in the church? Do people know him? Do people know her? You see, if you are going out with someone that nobody knows, you are in a very dangerous position, because you can easily be hurt by someone who may possibly not even be a Christian or a member of the church. Who are you going to report to? So look out for who knows this person, which people know him. Is he in a department? If he's in a department, it's a big advantage for you. So you can get to know his space, you can get to know his circle, and then start making investigations. You see, you can ask, the more reason why you need to consider this factor is because when you get to know that people know this guy, then you can begin to ask questions. You can begin to investigate the person's character from these people. And trust me, most of them are going to give you the information you need to be able to navigate this decision. You understand? So look out for inclusion. Which people know this person? And in fact, after you have determined this, look out for the kind of persons that know him. Usually, if the people that know him or the people he's acquainted to in the church are positive people, then you are safe. If not, then you'd have to start backing out. Okay, it's a very important key. Which people know this person? Which people are in this person's space? Which people does this person call friends in the church? You need it. Okay, then the final one. Before I go into the final one, let me kindly pause and ask you to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Please hit the subscribe button for me. Okay, thank you so much for doing so. Then the final one you have to consider is the person's relationship with God. You see, when you come into someone's space and the person fears God, the person has a relationship with God, you'll be able to tell. One of the ways you can be able to tell this is how often the person talks about God, how often the person involves God in his decisions, how often the person refers to God in making points, in making important statements. How often does the person talk about God? Is the person quick to refer to the Bible? Is the person quick to ask you to pray? Is the person quick to suggest godly solutions to you? You have to be able to tell this. Okay, they are fake people and they are genuine people. But people who are genuine, one of the things you get to know about them is there is God always in their mouth. Their character. You see, if you get close to someone and the person knows God, the person has a relationship with God, you'll be able to tell. Okay, and you want to be in the person's space for some time to be able to look. If you have to be there for 1 year, 6 months to be able to tell if it's genuine, then you have to do so. Is the person active in the things of God? I always tell people that you can smell the aura of God around people. You see, Christianity is a secret life, but you can't hide it. You understand? You can't hide it if you have love for God. How often does the person, you see, when you bring a problem to this person, does it suggest God to you? Does it speak about God? What is his conduct and his opinion concerning sin and righteousness? You understand? You should be able to tell all these things. If you're able to tell all these three things, the person's accountability or authority, the person's inclusion, which people know this person, and how close the person is to God, then you can tell if the person is the best fit for a relationship or not. Okay, so take these three things, put them at the back of your mind when you are dealing with church folks, okay, so that you don't get brokenhearted. You don't end up saying, I went to the church thinking that this guy is good, and eventually he pretended and broke my heart. And use these three parameters to be able to tell. Usually, I can assure you, if you get all of them right, there is a high possibility that you would get a better result, a good result, okay, as far as your intentions with the person are concerned. God bless you so much. Jerinikwe is the name. Thank you so much for watching the video. Kindly subscribe if you have not done so. Hit the notification bell so that when I create another content, you will be in the know. Thank you.